Hello, 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 everyone. This is your girl Shanidra with Beyond the Cover. Yes, where you will discover everything that I have in store for you on today. Now, today's topic is trust the process. God isn't done with you yet, sweetheart. Sweetheart. So, but before I go into that, let's look at my More. I have on actually one of our More to Classy Boutique dresses. Yes, it is the blue. This is a navy blue with the polka dots. It still has to have another tone to it with the white polka dots on it. It is very beautiful, classy. Look at this. Look at this, honey, on the side. And, you pair this with my beautiful blue purse, make it sparkle a little bit. And this is our cross over bags, which the crossover is inside of the purse. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So we do have this dress actually in our lookbook as well. So don't forget to ask for one of these. As you can see behind me, we have our More to Classy boutique shirt with these beautiful classy shorts, tie shorts. We have it in black. We have them in small, medium, and large, and we also have them in brown. We have 1X and 2X in these shorts as well. We also have them in brown as well, and it'll come in this wonderful bag. Yes, that says she's fierce. We have to have our little twist to it. So these are how the shorts look. That's what they will look like. We have them in black and brown. We have them from sizes, I think, medium to 2X. So limited supply only. So you might want to go ahead and purchase yours. We have this new romantic island. This is for her, a gift for her. We have these available as well for you to purchase. Now, I know you guys are like, what in the world is going on? But any topic that God gives me, I have to go through, or I'm going to go through it, or, whatever. So I'm going to show you this quick video. And after we see the video, then I'll get right into it. So let me click on the video for you guys. Let's see, here we go. There we go. Hey everyone, I guess I can start videoing the process because when you guys see it, it's going to be so different. I am here actually on New Year's Day, and these are the items that I got yesterday for my boutique. All right, I was going to get this ready for you. So we do have our subscription boxes. So if you subscribe to our A More to Classy Boutique or to our Beyond the Cover on cportraitsmagazine.com, that is on the screen below, you will see. But this is our $20 subscription box. It comes like this. And in it, you will receive this beautiful pen holder. It says that she's fierce. I don't know if you can see it because this light is so bright. I'm telling you. But it says she's fierce. You'll get that. Of course, this beautiful pink diamond pen, along with one of our Beyond the Cover journals. And of course, for all my business owners, we need to have our portfolios. I always need a folder and paper, and this is the best way to have it because it automatically comes with the paper in a folder. You look professional. So that's what our $20 boxes come with. We also have other boxes, subscription boxes beyond the cover. You know, in our More to Classy boutique, we have to have all these unique items. But we also have this $30 subscription box. It'll come with like a gold backing. I don't think you can see it. But this one is the one that you saw in the video, one of the ones. It comes with the other journals that I tell you. With God, all things are possible. It also comes with the She is Fierce bag. It comes with this candle. It says be brave, be strong and fearless, and it has Joshua the first chapter verse 9 on here. It also comes with a pen as well, along with the black portfolio that I just showed you as well. This one is in the $30 boxes. It comes with the candle and all these unique items, the journal, the portfolio, and all that good stuff. The signal always has to mess up and be a hater. So that's fine. That's how it always does. Just have to move with the flow because I know you guys can still hear me. So since I know you guys can still hear me, I'm not worried about how I look. Now that we got all of our More to Classy boutique beyond the cover stuff done on today, you can also, of course, purchase these items in store as well, or we can also get your size in whatever dress or whatever sizes that you need. Now, and our location is on the website listed below, so you have to go on the website at seeportraitsmagazine.com. Now we must go beyond the cover so that you can discover what it means when what God is saying when he's saying trust the process. Now, I'm learning this too. Trust the process, because sometimes the process looks, scary. Like we read in Moses, like they were told that they were going to be delivered, and they didn't even know how they were going to be delivered, and God parted the Red Sea to deliver them. But before they were delivered, it got harder on them, and Pharaoh was being Pharaoh and selfish and mean, and causing them to have to work even harder than they already were, trying to stop them, but they couldn't stop them and only made them stronger. So, it just goes along with what God always tells us anyway. So, when we are weak, he is strong. So, it don't matter what you try to put on us. With God, all things are possible. So you must get that journal. You have to get that. Even if you don't subscribe and get the subscription boxes, you should definitely get this limited supply on our journals. With God, all things are possible. That should have been the topic, but we'll stick with what God has us to do. So God said, trust the process. Trust to know that all of our processes are different. Now, know that God will prepare us and take us through this process in order to get us to what he had already predestined us to be. Now, he started with me with my Seed Destined to Be back in 2017 was the Seed Destined to Be start. He gave me the words. I wrote it out as soon as he was talking. That's how I wrote it out, period. And, I have taught from elementary school kids to adults. There has been so many successes in that as well, which I'll probably show you some of those Thursday, because one of the women that took my Seed Destined to Be classes is doing an awesome job. An awesome, amazing job. So her business is flourishing as well. So this isn't something that I just started, because I've had a lot of questions like, wow, you just starting this and God has blessed. I just started the Amore the Amore Kids Modeling Entrepreneurship classes. But the See Destined to Be is basically the same thing as the Amore 2 class. It's just for the younger kids. But this has been going on since 2017. You must trust the process. God had to grow me up even more. There's more to it before he blessed me with all the rooms and all the space for it. But you must trust the process. This was not an overnight success. So when he blesses, it's not overnight success all the time. But I mean, like I tell you, he be dropping stuff. It'd be so awesome. I'm sorry. I'm talking ebonically. I'm sorry. But God will drop blessings when you're obedient. And when I've been on this straight way, the Yahweh. I don't want to hit the highway, because I said it's either Yahweh or you can hit the highway. So since I've chose Yahweh, I don't have to hit the highway, and it has been awesome. Obedience to God is key. Now, trust me. When God said trust the process, that's exactly what he means. I did not know, I went from just being a photographer, that's all I thought I was, to, which was not something I chose to do. Again, y'all can verify that with the Urban Link. I had a totally different business plan wrote out for a totally different business. Photography is the main thing I did not go to school for. I made up a business plan on things that I went to school for. It was a business dealing with hair and all that stuff. Now, God is still going to work that out and give me, the desires of my heart. But he started me out, this process, he started me out with photography. But that's what he started me out with. Now, don't think that, oh, well, he started her out. That means I need to start out with photography and maybe I could. No. Trust the process that he has for you. Not me. Because then you're going to be looking shady and mad and sad when you don't get the same result. Because the whole point in the process in your life is going to be totally different than the process in my life. Some people get things faster than I do. I get things faster than some other people do. So it's whatever process that God has you on. But trust and believe that God will direct your path and he will get you ready for the process that he has you on. You just have to trust the process. This process with these classes started back in 2017. Yes, I have videos. If you even go back on my Let's Dig Deep video, YouTube, you will see videos back from 2017. Or probably 2015 when I started. I'm not sure. But I know it's all the way back then. I have some graduates that graduated in 2018. So there's a lot that you could see. But I had to trust the process. That's all I'm saying. And he's telling me to slow down because he said I'm going too fast. So I had to trust the process. This business started 2015. This is not an overnight success type of business. It started with photography. Then he gave me the See Destined to Be classes back in 2017. When I realized that, and this is my process. When I realized that, the graduates that were graduating from my classes didn't have a platform to go on, I tried to contact magazine places. I was trying to contact the media for them and everything. And it was like, well, how long have they been in business? I'm like, well, they just started. And they're like, well, wait until they get further along and we'll be glad to put them in our magazine or whatever. I'm like, okay. So then I didn't know how to do magazines, but God, he helped me to, he directed me into doing magazines. I had no clue how to do a magazine or nothing, just God. And didn't go to school, none of this. This is just God, God, God. And, you know, when I look back, it was a little bit horrible, but I trusted the process. At least I started it. And I started it with showcasing the people that were in my classes that were graduating, to showcase and give them a platform to say, hey, I was in a magazine, Destin Magazine, since they were my destined to be. So that's how Destin Magazine was birthed out. The process. I'm trying to tell you the process. So Destin Magazine was birthed out of my Seed Destined to Be classes that started back in 2017. Then God led me to, from the magazine, you know, it started getting on. I started taking pictures for the airport, for their outreach events. And then they started putting their DVEs in there. So the magazine, the Destin Magazine, expanded to anyone who is going towards their destiny. That's any entrepreneur, anybody that is doing what God has gifted them with. So this is, you know, I started back in 2015. The Destined to Be classes didn't start to do 2017. So that's 2 years in the business. Then after that, you know, the airport picked up. Then the MLK, NAACP, you know, different people reached out for photography services, and you know, it just started expanding. I started out doing daycares and slow down, okay. I started out doing daycares and the airport, and then after that, that's when, you know, God expanded me to doing more things. So that's part of my process. And I had, you know, small rooms that I was renting out, buildings that I was renting out. Along the way, God blessed me. And, you know, some of you guys have been on this journey of the different spaces that I have been in for my photography and my classes. So I'm grateful for people that have been around this journey. Because when you see what God has blessed me to be, blessed me to be, and also what He has blessed me to be in, you will understand the process. But we must trust the process, because I never saw this as I was going through the tunnel. You know, you can't see anything. You're just climbing and you don't know. And God is like, there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Just keep climbing. And you're like, okay, I don't see anything. It look kind of dark right here, but I'm going to keep going. You know, He said, trust the process. You know, then 2020, during the pandemic, that's when He started me on the Let's Dig Deep videos. Didn't know how that was going to go. Didn't think, I told everybody I don't like being in front of the camera. Don't put me in front of the camera. I don't like talking. You know, all of this. You know, this is what I said. Now, when God spoke back to me, when I was telling Him, well, I didn't know I was telling Him, but when I was saying what I'm not going to do and all this stuff, and God said, who are you talking to? I was like, oh, you know. So that's when I realized, you know, He has me to do videos. As I told you guys, He built me up in His word. I didn't understand the word at first, when I was trying to lean to my own understanding of the word. But as God is guiding me through His word and showing me the hidden things that are in His word, and He's speaking through me, it helps me to be able to tell you guys confidently, because I know that it's really not me speaking, it's Him. So with that being said, we are being led into His word so that you guys can get a better understanding of when I say how God is speaking through me, because people are like, oh no, that's you, and you need to give credit. No, I'm not giving credit to myself, because it's not me. Now I'm going to show you how to trust the process, and the process that God took Jeremiah in. And you know, Jeremiah is one of my favorite ones in the Bible. So we're going to be in Jeremiah, the first chapter. And we're just going to read the first part of it, I think, unless He asks me to go further. Just to see how God prepared Jeremiah for the calling, for what He called him to do. And this is how God will, you know, He will tell you what He has called you to do. God will. And then he will direct your path. God, he's directing my path. He is speaking through me. And that's the, okay, tell me to slow down and go on to the word. So we're going to Jeremiah, the first chapter. Starting at the 4th verse, because verses 1 to 3 just tells about, his parents and all of that. So we're going to start with Jeremiah, the first chapter, starting at the 4th verse. And it says, the call of Jeremiah. Now, it says, the word of the Lord came to me saying. This is what Jeremiah said. He said, the word of the Lord came to me saying, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. So know that. Even when we think, like I said, I thought that I don't do videos, I don't do this and that. I thought that was not me. But see, God said, before I formed you in your mother womb, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. He was like, I already know who you talking to. I already knew you. Before I even formed you, I already knew who you were going to be. Period. He said, before you were born, I set you apart. I had already set you apart. So, Shanidra, you're wondering why you don't fit in and you're trying to do this and you're trying to fit in and you're trying to do this. It's not going to work. I already set you apart before you were born. Before you were born, I set you apart. He said, I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. I was like, Jeremiah, I was like, God, you're just teaching me this. So, I don't know if I'm qualified. He was like, I'm the one. I'm the qualifier. I'm the qualifier. I qualify you. I'm the one who calls. I'm like, okay, but people going, it don't matter. He said, don't worry about your adversaries. So, he said, I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. This is what he's talking to Jeremiah about. And then Jeremiah replied back on verse 6. He said, at last, sovereign Lord, I said, I do not know how to speak. Same thing with me. I'm like, Lord, at last, I heard what you said. But at last, sovereign Lord, I said, I do not know how to speak. I am too young. Same thing with me. I was like, I'm too young. I don't know how to speak. People tell me I'm not supposed to talk with my hands. I talk with my hands. So I'm just trying to figure this out. So let's see what the Lord said to Jeremiah, because this is very similar. He said, but the Lord said to me, do not say, I told you. As soon as I was telling, I thought I was saying to myself, but God said I was talking to him. When I said I did not, I don't do videos and I don't do this. And he was like, who are you talking to? You will do my videos and you will do what I say. Now, look what he said to Jeremiah. Now, this is in 2020 when he told me this. But look what he said to Jeremiah back then. We're on the same line because we don't tell him. But when I learned that I was telling him, I got some act right real quick. I don't tell him no. You see him on these videos 2 years later. It says, but the Lord said to me, do not say I am too young. Period. Don't say that. Like I just told you. I already predestined. I already knew you. I already knew what I had made you to be before I even made you. Period. He said, don't say. Do not say I am too young. You must go to everyone I send you to. Period. 0. He said, you must go to everyone. Everyone, all of them. Not some of them, not part of them, but all of them. He said, you must go to everyone I send you to and say whatever, I'm telling you, whatever I command you, period. He said, do not be afraid of them. Same thing with me. I'm like, what are they going to say? They think I'm a photographer. They ain't going to listen to me and all that. He said, do not be afraid of them, for I am with you, and I will rescue you. He said, don't worry about your adversary, sweetheart. What you worry? He said, I'm with you. God for you. Who can be against you? Period. Don't worry about him. declares the Lord. Read this. This is in the word. We are in verse 8. He said, don't worry about them. Do not be afraid of them. For I am with you and will rescue you, declares the Lord. What you afraid for? Who are they to me? The Almighty. But anyways, then the Lord reached out his hand and touched my mouth and said to me, I have put my words in your mouth. See today. Trust the process. You never know. One day you see me as a photographer, the next day, but he said, see today. Today, I appoint you over nations and kingdoms to uproot and tear down, to destroy and overthrow, to build and to plant. Period. See, today, I don't care what you were doing before, but today, the Lord Almighty, the only God, said today, I appoint you. He didn't say anybody else. He said, I. Read it. We are in Jeremiah, the 1st chapter, verse 10. He said, today, the I am God, not Shanidra, not nobody else. He said, today, I appoint you over nations and kingdoms. That means God. He will appoint you. Period. He will direct your path. Period. He said, I appoint you over nations and kingdoms to uproot and tear down, to destroy and overthrow, to build and to plant. Period. The word of the Lord came to me. He said, the word of the Lord came to me. So this is what Jeremiah said. He said, God said, what do you see, Jeremiah? Jeremiah replied, I see the branch of an almond tree, I replied. God's showing me something. I'm telling him what I see, So then God replied, then the word of the Lord came to me again. Oh, then it says, the Lord said to me, you have seen correctly, because that's exactly what God wanted you to see. For I am watching. He's watching us. You see what I'm saying? You see why I shut up when he tell me to slow down and all? He's watching. For I am watching to see that my word is fulfilled. Period. He'll shut you up, slow you down, whatever he got to do. And you see, I will go back and tell y'all, oh, I missed this part up. Let me slow down up. Let me go back. Because what I'm not going to do while he's watching me is try to mess up. Now, he will correct me because these are teachable moments. But he said, for I am watching you to see that my word is fulfilled. Period. That you are allowing me to speak through you. Period. The word of the Lord came to me again. This is what Jeremiah said. He said, the word of the Lord came to me again. What do you see? And Jeremiah said, I see a pot that is boiling. I answered, it is tilting toward us from the north. The Lord said to me, from the north, disaster will be poured out on all who live in the land. I am about to summon all the peoples of the northern kingdom, declares the Lord. See, now, we look at it with our naked eye, we won't see. But you see, when God downloaded exactly what that melting pot meant, or the boiling pot meant that was tilted toward us from the north, God enlightened him on what was about to come. He's letting them know, look, you see this, and you're seeing this because I'm showing you that from the north, disaster will be poured out on all who live in the land. See, God will show you the hidden things. I'm telling you. Declares the Lord. It says, their kingdoms will come and set up their thrones in the entrance of the gates of Jerusalem. They will come against all of her surrounding walls and against all the towns of Judah. I will pronounce my judgments on my people because of their wickedness in forsaking me. See, this is serious. God is going to pronounce his judgment on his people in Judah. But this is still happening today, as you can see. He did the same thing with me. He's going to do the same thing with you. When he appoints you and when he tells you to do something, you just better do it. You do not tell him no. When I realized Me saying that I cannot do videos. I'm not going to be in front of them. And God said, who are you talking to? I heard that very clearly. That's why this one touches me so much in Jeremiah, because it's like, oh my God, I really heard God, because it sounded like I'm joking, but I'm serious. God did not play. He's like, who are you talking to? You're going to do exactly what I command you to do, period. The way I command you to do it, period. Now, I'm about to destroy all these wicked people that are not doing what I told them to do. Now, you don't want to be one of them. We do not want to be one of them. He said he's going to pronounce judgment. This is the Judah, but he's still doing the same thing today. He's going to pronounce his judgment on he said, my people, because of their wickedness in forsaking me and burning incense to other gods. You see what I'm saying? Burning incense to other gods and in worshiping what their hands have made. I'm telling you. Get yourself ready, stand up, and say to them whatever I command you. Period. I have to say whatever. I don't care how anybody's going to feel, because I care about your soul and what's going to happen. And then he said I have to say whatever he commands me to do. You hear this? He said, whatever I command you, do not be terrified by them, or I will terrify you before them. See, I'm not about that life. That's the life I'm telling y'all. Don't nobody want to deal with this. He said, or I will terrify you before them. That's not the life you want. It will get you some act right real quick. Now, I'm trying to tell y'all, part of my process of how I'm getting some act right real quick. Look at what God is telling you. You better take heed. I've always taken things literally. So this literal Bible, I have always, but I ain't going to say always, but now that God has been talking about to me, I'm taking it literally. He said, I will terrify you before them. If he said, do not be terrified by them, or I will terrify you. If you get terrified by these people and not me, I'm going to terrify you in front of them. Now, who wants to deal with that? Not me. Not I. He said, today I have made you a fortified city, an iron pillar, and a bronze wall to stand against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, its officials, its priests, and the people of the land. They will fight against you. Then we have to hear all of this stuff that's going to happen. They're going to fight against us. All this stuff going to happen. They're going to tell us all of this stuff. He said they will fight against you, but will not overcome you. So that's a good plus, because we have God with us. So he said, God for you, who can be against you. So they're going to fight against you, but they will not overcome you. For I am with you, see? For I am with you and will rescue you, declares the Lord. Period. God for you, who can be against you. Now, when I say God did not play, he does not play. When I say I'm not about that, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. We have to do what he say, the way he tells us to do it. You see, during the video, I slow down when he tell me to slow down. I'm trying to listen to everything. I do not look at the comments. I don't know what comments is going on. I don't look at any of that until after the video is already posted. Then I can look at the comments, because I don't want to be distracted or put off from anything that God has for me to say. And if I do, and I have been distracted, you will see me come right on back and correct exactly what I may have missed or said wrong, or what have you. Because what I'm not going to do, I'm not about this life. Honey, y'all better take heed. Trust the process. Let God lead. Trust his process. Quit, I got to have a paycheck. I got to know when I'm going to get paid and all this. You're not trusting the process, sweetheart. You're not going to always get paid. I don't know when I'm going to get paid. But since I trust the process, God will, through my obedience to him and not this world, he supplies all my, I'm not worried about this building. I'm not worried about my house payments. I'm not worried about nothing. He has paid off. I had a 2016 Dodge Dart, a Nissan Pathfinder, A 2019 Kia Rio. This is since 2020. 2019 to 2020. Kia Rio, 2019 Kia Rio. Just had a 2018 Ford EcoSport, and he bought, paid for it. The van is paid off by God. Um, so I mean, everything. This is 5 cars in 2 years that he has paid off, and then I'm about to be blessed again. Like, you cannot tell me that if you're, I'm living this life of obedience to God and not this world. I have 2 kids. Do you see anybody else here? He's making sure that he blesses me with all this stuff before he blesses me with my man. I'm telling you, because he's going to get all the glory. He doesn't want anybody to think it was anybody but him, because that's what it was, period. And when he does bless me with whomever, that's still going to be him. We're still going to give glory to God. I am. I'm not going to be with anybody that can't give glory to my Father, period. Now, he will supply all your needs. You just need to trust the process. I started with nothing. I didn't get any grant money, no money. That's what helped birth out my gifts during this process. God had me to figure out a lot of things. I built my own website to start out because I didn't have no money to pay for anybody to build my website. I learned how to do that quickly because I wanted to look professional. Um, the magazine. Couldn't afford to really get anyone to publish the magazine and all of that. So, and to do my magazine. So I learned how to do that during the process. The Destined to Be book, that was the first book I ever wrote, and God really just told me what to put in there. I did that strictly with him, and that's been out on Amazon since 2017. The bullying book, during this process, I learned cyberbullying. See, a lot of these things wasn't a factor when I was a child. But during this process of watching my son be bullied and all of that, I researched and did a bullying book for kids and parents to learn more about the bullying and what to do and the signs of to prevent suicide. Because during the time my son was being bullied, it was some other little boy that was his age that committed suicide. So I was really on it. Like, I was fighting for my son because I did not want him to feel alone. I wanted him to know to be strong and to know that God loves him and we are here for him. And I started that during the process. So the bullying book came from my son's pain during my process. I mean, he was bullied. I had to be a mom, stop what I was doing with business. I mean, there's certain things with his asthma, with everything, with having a daughter and a son, and them both having different issues, and having to go here and there and stop, and you know, but that was part of my process, and that birthed out a lot of things. Even with the Amora kids modeling entrepreneurship classes, that birthed out of 2020. It was first virtually, but I learned that kids need self-discipline. We have to build our self-image. But this was during my process of teaching them how to become entrepreneurs. I had to learn that they need, I need to teach them about the bullying. I need to teach them about self-discipline. All of these things you learn during the process. So don't get frustrated during this process, or if you do, because he said you could be angry but sin not. Just do everything without grumbling and complaining. Trust the process of God. Trust and know that if he appointed you to do something, just do what he commands you to do. Period. That was the whole point in the Jeremiah story, is to tell you that he is going to prepare. He touched Jeremiah's lips and put his words through his mouth. So we just read exactly what it is. We just must trust the process. Don't go based off of what it looks like. Go beyond the cover so you can discover. exactly what it is that God has you to be and who He has you and what He has you to do. You're not supposed to do what I do or what anybody else do. You're supposed to do what God has you to do. Period. You're stopping you. Quit trying to go on these gimmicks and all this stuff and oh, how did you get? You can figure out how I got started and everything, but that's not going to help you. What I'm telling you is to just get connected with the source. My seed Destiny to be, everybody will tell you. You must have faith. That's one of the first things that's in the Destiny to Be guidebook. Faith in God. You must have faith in God. You're not going to succeed and have peace. Now, there's some successful people that don't have peace and they're just, they're always on the go, oh gosh, I got to go, 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 go. But when you're doing what God has you to do and you're going in the flow of God and you're not worried about stuff and you have peace because you're with God. Moses, when God was so fed up with the people from Israel, God was like, yeah, I remember I told him that, here, you go on and take him. I'm done with that. Like, God said he wasn't going, period. Then Moses was like, well, I don't want to go without you, period. And that's where I'm at. I don't want to go anywhere that God isn't, period. You can present me whatever, however much money, like people keep telling me about, being a nonprofit. I'm not doing that because I must do it God's way. I'm not changing up nothing that God has me to do. Me. I can't worry about what he has anybody else to do. If that's what the path that he has somebody else on, that's their path. But what I'm telling you is my path is for profit and it's for God. I have to do exactly the way God has me to do it. I'm not doing job search. I'm not preparing them for college. I'm preparing them to follow God and Yahweh. It's Yahweh or the highway, period. I'm teaching them how to find their gifts. And that's what God has gifted me to be able to see. I was able to see my kids' gift. I didn't tell them what their gifts are. I just observed. So, and God has gifted me the sight to foresee things beyond the cover. So I'm able to see a lot of things. So people could try to copy, but they're not the exact copy. They don't have this anointing. God will appoint you for what he has you to do. Don't try to do what somebody else is doing. Do what God has you to do. So he can bless you when you do what he has you to do for your life. He already knew what he predestined you to be. He already knew this before he formed you in your mother's womb. He told you this. He already knew all this. You just have to trust the process. You don't want to trust the process because you're trying to figure it out. Trust me, I know. I try to figure it out the whole way. I thought I was living right. And, oh, yeah, I went to school and I got a good job and I'm taking care of my kids. And God said, you ain't doing it my way. So you can do all that all you want, but you're not doing it my way. So it's not the right way. I'm like, I am living right. God said, who you talking to? Lower your tone, sweetheart. I said you're not doing it my way, period. That's not the right way. That's not the right way that I have for you, sweetheart. So when he said that, that's what? I'm not saying that. Okay, what do you have for me to do? I want to do whatever God has me to do. I don't care about what everybody else think I should be doing. Oh, Shanija, did you know that you can start? No, I'm on. Did you know that I have to do what God tell me to do? Did you hear what he said? If I get terrified by y'all, he gonna terrify me before you. Oh, I'm not worried about none of y'all. I'm not about that life. That's what I mean. God is not playing. I must do what he commands me to do. But I have so much peace. I'm actually happy. I used to say I was happy. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe I used to say I was happy and that I had peace and all. I did not have it. I did not before I had this connection with God. Whatever peace that I thought I had was not, honey. Please. Because if you start trying to calculate and all this stuff, you're going to be like, how in the world? God, I'm telling you, just being obedient and doing it his way, the way he commands me to do it, That's it. That's it. Obedience to him. I told you I thought I was doing it the right way and living right. But he said that's not the right way that he had for my life. He said he watching. I'm serious. And I fear him. Not playing. I'm not about that life. So I'm just trying to help you guys to trust the process.